Hello, 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 all. How are you doing today? I'm sending out my positive energy out to you all because, I like giving you my energy. I always have lots of energy when I start this. And so I am going to be giving you tons of tips for things that you can do with your junk journal. So this is like a guide for beginning junk journalers, but if you are already a veteran, then I would love to hear some of your tips as well. And you can do that through the chat. So I'll be monitoring the chat, and after the video goes down, after we're all done, I'll also be on the chat for a little while. So you'll want to stay on for as long as you can because this is just going to be packed with stuff. So if you are not subscribed to the channel, I always suggest that you subscribe. If you like videos like this, like journaling and planning, organization and lifestyle, then I suggest that you subscribe to the channel and also give this video a thumbs up now, during, or after the video, just to show your support. I would love to hear it. So again, you can chat with me throughout this whole thing and ask me any questions that you may have. I'm always open to answering any questions. So I'm going to go ahead and kind of get started because, like I said, I just have a ton of stuff and my goal is to stay under 20 minutes. So wish me luck on that one. And if we get cut off, I may have to start a new stream because it is pouring down raining. It never fails. As soon as I hit the stream button to go live, it starts. The heavens open up, basically. All right, so the first thing I want to talk about for those of you who don't really know what a junk journal is to kind of define what is a junk journal. And after I do that, I'm going to go into the cloud and then we're going to discuss some items that you can use for your junk journal. Now, the reason why I wanted to talk about what a junk journal really is because when I started, I didn't really understand what it is. And if you go back through some of my videos, you may hear me say, I don't want my journal to be called junk. It's not junk. And that's because I didn't understand what a junk journal really is. And all it is it could be made of items that are basically throwaway items or things that would end up in the landfill. And that includes the items that you put inside of your journal itself. Now, I'm just going to tell you, once you start junk journaling, you're going to look at trash very differently. You're going to have a lot less trash because you're going to be saving stuff. So there's lots of definitions of junk journals. And they can even kind of go across the line of art journaling and mixed media as well. Because once you get done, it's basically a piece of art. And also, you can do different techniques in it. So you'll have, you can do your painting in there. You can do stamping. You can use crayons if you wanted to. You can just write. Some people don't even do any journaling in their junk journal. They just collect pieces of items that have meaning to them. So they know what it means. And then some people, they do journal in their junk journals. So I am going to go ahead and I'm going to go to the cloud and just know, again, junk journaling is just recycling old pieces of material, and it's eco-friendly and it's a form of therapy as well. I do know some people have said that they suffer from depression or anxiety, and they use the junk journals as an outlet. It's like somebody to talk to, and they don't talk back, and they're not going to tell anything. So you could use it for your anxiety as well. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go up to the cloud. All right, I'm in the cloud now, and this is my desk here, and I have lots of items to kind of show you. Now, what I wanted to talk about was a few pieces of terminology that you may hear in the junk journaling community that you might not know. And I wanted to mention these because I didn't know what they were. And the first one is a signature. Now, a signature basically is just a grouping of papers that are folded over. That's a signature. So I'm going to show you what a signature looks like. So I just kind of took these, and this is just an example. You can use any types of paper that you like, but I just took like some magazines and an old book and a piece of paper, and I put them together, and I just took a few pieces of paper, folded them over, and this is what's called a signature. You can cut it down to be any type of way that you would like for it to be. So just keep that in mind when you hear signatures. And most books, they will actually, or most signatures will fit into the books that you'll be making. And I'm going to give you some examples because you don't even need to have a cover to have a junk journal. I could just take this, I could staple it in the middle, or I could stitch it if I wanted to, and I could just use this for my junk journal. So it's only as complex as you would like for it to be. Hello, Viola. How are you today? And so I just wanted to show you what a signature looks like. Now I'm going to show you in my book that I actually made how the signatures look. Now, I've shown a video of this book, and it looked a lot different, of course. I don't think I'm going to have time to do like a full flip through, but I'm going to show you just to give you an idea of the signatures. So I have 4 signatures in here. Let me show you this way. Got lots of threads and stuff hanging out here. Don't fall out, people, don't fall out. But if you look at this part right here, let me move that out the way. There you go. You can see that there's 4 signatures. So I'm going to show you. We have, hey, Rachel. Then we have 1 signature here, and then we have the 2nd signature right here. I'm trying to get this where you can see it. We have a 3rd signature in this book here. And then we have a 4th signature. So I have 4 signatures in here, which I will say is probably a lot. I did a lot of research before I started doing this book, and every video that I saw, it said that they recommend that you use 5 sheets of paper for your signature. Of course, me being me, I kind of went overboard. So I'm going to see how that's going to work out after I have I'm going to have an obese journal when I get done, because I put so many pages in. Because this is what happens. You have your 5 pieces, which is recommended, but remember, once you fold it, now you have 10 pieces of paper, but if you count the front and the back, you now have 20. So this doesn't look like much, but after you start putting things on 20 pieces of paper, this is going to fluff out quite a bit. So, and I'll just give you an idea. Like this one, I did 7 sheets of paper, which is 28 pages of things I can put in. And you can see from this, see how small it looks when you first begin. And then I've just started with this, so I have a lot more to put in here. It's already starting to show it's getting overweight. With that. So that's what a signature is. Now I'm not going to show you how to put it in, but there's different ways that I've seen people do the signatures. Most people sew their signatures in, which is super, super simple. I do not have a video up yet on how to sew in a signature, but there are tons and tons of videos for how to sew a signature in. Rachel, do you have let me know if you have a video for how to sew a signature in, because I think she may have a video about that. But you can staple them, and then when you put them in the book, you can sew them into the book itself, or you can glue it in, or you can basically glue it or sew it in. So there's different ways that you can do the signatures. Now, you don't even have to go that far. You can actually use maybe a composition book. I've seen people use the composition books for their junk journaling. You can leave it as it is, but remember that this has like lots and lots of pages in it, so you may want to remove some of the pages, and you can decorate the covers if you wanted to, and you can just use a composition book if you wanted to. Now, also another form of junk journaling is just having like a traveler style or traveler size book, and this is my selfie book right here. And okay, Rachel says she doesn't have one. Okay, this is for a traveler's notebook, and you can use this for a junk journal. And the only thing I did was I used just some regular paper, and this is 32-pound paper, so it's not regular copy paper, but you could use regular copy paper, because I would definitely just suggest that you use what you have. So that's the important piece. You don't have to go out and buy anything. So all I did was staple it down the middle and fold it. And for the cover of this is actually, it's a paper bag. So you can see the front and the back, it's a paper bag. And then I just decorated the front. And I could use this for a junk journal as well. So there's many ways that you can use the junk journals, but I wanted to give you some ideas. Now this one right here, this was my first junk journal. Well, it's the only one I have right now. But so you guys are actually on the journey with me for junk journaling. I just posted a video up a few days ago, and you can go to that video and you can see what this looked like. This was actually a textbook, and it was a writing textbook, and I ripped the pages out of it and I put my own signatures in here. I like to have different sizes and different textures in the book, and you can see I have some different size papers in here, and this actually looks a lot different than it did from that video, because right after I got done with the video, I went to town. I went to town in minutes. So you can write journaling in here. Some people just put whatever they find. They put things in here that have meaning to them, and they don't write, and some people do. I'll be journaling in mine. I haven't started yet, but probably right after this video I probably will, because it's kind of like therapy. Now another thing that I did was, and you can do, is you can get some books. You can go to some of the used bookstores. You can like use books you already have, you know, get some books from your neighbors or your friends, or you can go to the dollar store. So these 3 books I actually got from the dollar store, you all, and they're fantastic. Now what you want to look for if you're going to go get a book that you're going to use, just keep in mind that normally for junk journaling, you're going to be taking the pages out of here. So don't be afraid to do that. Remember that you're reusing everything, so it's not going to trash. Now, what you want to look for, let me see if I can find the best one. You want to look at this part on the spine. So let's open this up if you want to do your book like I did. And when you bend it, you see how it has like that hole in there? That's what you want to look for. You don't want to have a book that is glued to the spine, because you want it to be easy to take out. Now, I'm not going to make a book on this particular stream, but if I get finished today, I'll make one for the next stream. But that's what you want to look for in a book. And also, if you can find books that have illustrations, that's perfect. So I'm just going to show you these books that I got, because I thought I kind of hit the jackpot, and I had me a little bit of a budget, like $5. That's all I wanted to spend at the dollar store. Yeah, Laura said I got her started thinking about a junk journal. You know, I think I just kind of ran across the junk journaling like by accident, and I decided I was going to try it. I was very anxious to do it, and I'm glad that I did. It's fantastic. So this book right here, all of these books were actually made by, I guess, the same publisher, so they're kind of made the same way. They have a very sturdy cover on them, which is nice. And one thing that I liked about these is I don't think I have to cover these if I don't want to. Look at the amazing cover. This is an amazing cover already. So maybe I would just leave it the way that it is on the cover, and maybe just cover up certain things with some embellishments. So that's an idea right there. So you don't have to use this the way that it is. And even if it has like a little sticker, undo, people. If you have some undo, if you're a planner, you probably have some undo. Can't live life without that. It'll take that sticker right up, and it won't damage the book. So just keep that in mind. So this one, I probably would just leave it the way it is. I would still take the insides out, but look at the pages in here. Let me just show you guys. Let me give you a little bit of an idea. You could use these pages, and I think this book right here, you could even just journal in it without taking anything out, because look how it's more space. Look at all that space. You could journal or add whatever you wanted to this. So this one is kind of an amazing book. I love this page right here. Very nice, right? Okay. And let's look at this book right here. I really like this book. And I don't know if I would change the cover on this book either. The cover is really nice. But if you wanted to customize it, you could. But if you are a baby journaler, and I always suggest you do things in baby steps, you might not want to cover anything. So just get a book that you don't have to cover. So you can just start in the inside. But look at this right here. Isn't that just absolutely beautiful? And this is the favorite one out of all of them. I found this at the dollar store, you all. So if you have a dollar store in your area, I would suggest going there. And the pages are all nice, and I love the colors. It kind of has a vintagey feel, but modern-esque in this book. So I really like it. So some things I would use and some things I wouldn't, but definitely that was a winner. And a good clue that this was going to have pictures in it. On the side it has illustrations for. So then I knew when I picked this up that it was going to have some illustrations in it. So you can see. So these books will actually be, now this book, some of the pages like this I probably wouldn't use in my book, but you know, and some of the guns and stuff like that. But there are some pictures that I probably would use, and it would make a nice base if you were going to do like some painting or something like that. So because the pages are really heavy, so that's something to look for as well in the book that you chose. And again, you can use just a composition book and then kind of repurpose the pages. So now I'm going to talk about a few other terms that you probably are going to hear that maybe you don't know, because I didn't know when I first started. You'll hear about gesso. And these are two gessos that I have. This one is a gesso with a matte finish, and this one has a clear finish. And what this is basically primer. It will prime your pages for the medium that you're going to put on it. So just keep in mind that the matte finish, if I painted this matte finish on top of a page or on top of this book, it's going to cover it and it's going to be white. And this may peek through, but you won't be able to see it. If you use the clear gesso, when you paint over it, it's going to be clear once it dries, and this will look just the same, but it'll have some texture. So you want to use the gesso if you're going to be painting, maybe stamping. It adds some texture to your pages as well. So when I first started, I ran out to get some gesso. I heard about it. I said, I'm going to go get me some of that. And I got the matte finish when I really wanted the clear. So just be aware of that. And I believe Liquitex is probably like the Mercedes of the gesso. So far, that's what I'm seeing. Liquitex is the Mercedes or BMW or whatever of the gessos. And you can find it in different brands, so just be aware of that. I got this one is Art Basics from Michaels, and it does a really good job as well. So you don't always have to get the brand name stuff. I've also made some gesso. You can find tons of videos on how to make the gesso. It's very easy. You just need some talcum powder, some regular glue, and some water, and you can make a matte finish gesso at home. It's going to have a different texture, which is fine because you want texture on your pages as well. And I'll tell you, whenever I open up the pages of my book, it smells like a baby, because it smells like it has baby powder in it. So that's another thing that you can do. Another tip for your junk journal is to put perfume in it. Maybe maybe your husband or your girlfriend gave you like some very nice perfume that you want to just remember the fragrance. You can spray it in your journal, and every time you open it up, you'll smell it, and it will smell just like them. So that's a good idea for that. So let's just put this over here. Now, some things that I've been doing that I think you could do as well. Well, let's let's talk about the only other thing probably you need to kind of get this whole show on the road, besides like some images and stuff. I have like a few not stamps, but punches. And what I've done with the punches is I've actually like just punched out. You can punch from the images, or let me show y'all some examples. Where we at on time? Oh Lord, I'm already over the time I want to be. Okay, so like here, you'll see I have like a butterfly on this tab here. Let me pull it up a little bit. See that butterfly right there? I punched that, and I punched it from the page that this was on. So for some scraps, I just punched and made me a tab there. So you can do that. So punches are nice if you have them already. If you don't have them, don't worry. Baby steps, remember. And then probably the only other thing you're going to need is some glue. You'll need some glue. I have I got some dollar store glue. You can get 2 of these for $1. You can get some Elmer's glue, and this is a glue stick, so it's tacky, but it's not wet. I do have some wet glue, but I don't recommend using the wet glue. It kind of changes the texture of your pages, and it's just harder to use with the wet glue. And then I just have a few other, and then I have like, the tape runners and things like that. I have some double stick tape is a must. If you can get some double stick tape, and they come in different kinds of ways, ways that you can use them. So you want to have that as well. And if you're going to be doing painting, again, you don't want to go out and just buy like the most expensive paint out there. I bought some paint from Michael's, and it had 16 different paints in here. I just pulled out 2 of them. 16 different paints for like $8. And this is the everyday price, so you can't use a coupon on it. So but still 16, and it's a lot of paint in here, and the paints are pretty nice. I'm sure it's not as smooth as the most expensive paints, but to just get you started, I would just go with the Craft Smart paint and to get going. I also found some stuff on sale because I was collecting things for a while because I knew I was going to do this process, and you should do that too, baby steps. And I got some Heidi Swapp Color Shine. So you can see this is the gold one, and it was actually on clearance, and I should have just like cleaned them out, but I hate doing that because I feel greedy when I just take like the last one. But I'm gonna stop feeling like that because I'll be missing out on some good stuff. You can use washi on your pages also. And don't get rid of the box. There's just a ton of things you can do with the box, but that's for a whole nother talk show. But I'll show you. I use some of the trash in my book. So let me see if I can find the trash real quick in here. I think I showed it on the last video as well. There's a lot of stuff in here now that I didn't have when I did like the flip through too. So let's see, like this. That's from one of these washi boxes. See that? I put them in there, and it looks like a work of art. So always keep your trash. So you're going to start looking at trash a whole lot differently. It's just, right now it's going to take on a new meaning. Everything you pick up is going to look like a work of art. Trust. And then I have just some magazines. This one I already started ripping up, and I just have like a little basket that I have like stuff that I've taken out last night when I was sitting in the bed and I was watching some other people's live streams, because I love watching the live streams. I went in and I cut some stuff out, and I get the free magazines like from the library, any place you can look in them and you can find some inspiration for things. So all of these came out of some free magazines that I have. Or maybe you're a magazine whore like I used to be. I think I can say that, and YouTube won't get me, but I used to be a magazine whore also. So look at that, like the musical notes on here, I could use that. Look at that beautiful picture there, early bird picture. And so I just love this. Isn't that beautiful? That's a beautiful design. So I just cut some things out that I could add to the journal. So you can use magazine pictures if you're trying to figure out where to get started. Don't go cutting up the kids' textbooks. They might need those. So you don't want to cut those up. I also was going around my craft room, and I'm trying to organize things because I'm in a kind of a new space. I know I've been saying that for months, but I'm just kind of slow doing that. But as I was doing things, I was picking up stuff and I was saying, man, I could use that in my junk journal, some things I had for a while. So this is kind of just some green embellishments that I had. And I was looking at them and I was like, dang, I'm going to use some of these tonight after I get off of the live stream. So you can just use any kind of, you can make your own embellishments, because I did this again with a punch. I'd made a heart out of some scrap that I wasn't going to be able to do anything else with. And I made that. And see, here's the butterfly right here. I made that. So all those things can go inside of your junk journal also. So you can mix the new with the old. The size. So Rachel says, what size is this? Let me see. I don't know. This book, it might look bigger on the screen than it is. Let me put it up towards my head and you can see it's not that big. It's like a small textbook. Wait, I'm going to come out the cloud for just a second so you can kind of get a gist as to how big it is. So you can see it's not that big actually. And I've covered this, and this cover, you can see it has library on it, because this was the cover of this magazine. I got 2 of them because whenever I pick up the free magazines, I always take more than one, just in case something has something on the front and the back that I want. Then I can get both of those images. Yeah, it takes time to organize. Hey Tim, how you doing? And so this is what it looks like now. And I use my homemade Mod Podge on this. Let me go back into the cloud so you can see this a little bit better, because I know it's just, yeah. So you can really get the color of this was just like amazing. And I knew that I wanted to use these pages for this. And I kind of messed it up a little bit, but the beauty of doing a junk journal or art journal is nothing has to be perfect. And if you make a mistake, nobody's going to know that you made the mistake but you. So you kind of have to get over that fear of the blank page and just do it. At first, I didn't want to mess these pages up, and I was just thinking, you know what? If I mess it up, I can just cover it up with something else. So you have to think of it that way. And I use like some washi tape on here. If you guys want me to do kind of another walkthrough of this, I will, because like I said, it looks a lot different from the last video when I showed this. So let's see. What other ideas did I have for you guys? Oh, I want to show you some of the trash. Some trash that I was using. Of course, I already showed you. This is the textbook that came out of the journal that I'm currently using out of this. So this is the textbook, and I kept it because I like the pages. Some of the pages are like very, very nice, and I wanted to use it, so I kept that. And I made some soup yesterday, you all. I made some soup, and I had these packets of miso soup because I actually added these to a big pot of soup for flavor. And I had balled one of these up, and I was taking it to the trash can, and I said, oh no, this is beautiful. This is some beautiful trash. I'm going to use this in my book. So I kept these. So you want to keep like stuff like that. And let's see. What else does she have over here? A few things, just some ideas for you. So you can see I took some stuff out of the trash, as a matter of fact. So I had threw some stuff away. So this came off some clothes, a tag that came off, because they make tags really pretty these days. So let's see. This came off of, I don't know, some clothes, I think, again. This came from some earrings off of packaging from a lady that gave me some earrings. Just absolutely beautiful. I don't know what this came out of, but it was in something. It was part of a package, but isn't that pretty? This was a rewards card, and I thought that was beautiful. It's just a rewards card, doesn't have any writing on it. I went to a wine factory, a winery this weekend, and so I'm going to use this from St. Augustine. And this is somebody's business card, and I decided that I liked the way it looked, and I could actually put these on the same pages. They kind of matchy. This came off of a coffee cup that I had, so you can definitely use that. And this came out of a magazine. Let's see. And Rachel says, can you tell what your journal is about without getting personal? I always wonder what I could possibly journal about. Okay. So as far as you can do your journal in a themey kind of a way. My journal, since it was kind of like my first journal, my thing was I just wanted to start putting some stuff in there. But I am going to be journaling in mines, and I decided to kind of do mines in a random kind of way. And I think that might be the best way to do like your first junk journal is kind of do things kind of randomly. Like as you think about things, just put thoughts in there because I know I didn't want to write in it until after I got done with this live stream this time, and so what I decided to do, like the first thing I knew I wanted to journal was when I made the feelings that I had when I got to 1,000 subscribers here on the channel. So, which I was pretty excited about. I probably didn't put that out there, but it's a lot of hard work when you're doing a YouTube channel. So that's some things that I'll be putting in there, things that are personal to me. So some people, I'll also tell you, a lot of people are afraid to write in their journals because they think that maybe their family will pick it up and they're going to read what they have in here. I've seen people that write in their journal and they write it in a handwriting that only they will understand. So you could do it that way. I'm not really worried about people peeking into minds. I don't think I'll have anything that personal in there. If you're using it for therapy and for anxiety and depression, that might be an issue. But what you could do as well, I'm going to show you. I put pockets in the journal. So I put some pockets throughout, and I made this from the same calendar. This is actually a pocket, and I put like a Project Life card in here, and I could write on the back of that card just a little bit and stick it in here. And if I wanted to, I could actually glue this shut if I wanted to, or just adhere it, and I would know if somebody peeked into it. So you can do that by putting like a series of pockets in your in your journal if you're worried about somebody kind of peeking in it. And again, you can write in a language that only you know, in a handwriting, which my handwriting is almost like that anyway. So you can do it like a number of different ways. Let's see. So, hello T Mac. I'm glad you're here. And this right here was a tape runner that I had, and this came off all these right here came off of a pair of pants that I got. So I had like 3 pieces of really nice journal, and I could use this as like kind of like a fold up card and put maybe a picture or something in there. So that's nice too. I like that. Rachel says that she was thinking about leaving tidbits for the children to have after I'm gone. And you know what? That's what I thought about too. Because I was like, even the things that you put in the pockets and stuff, I thought about even doing like a journal that's just all about the kids. And maybe make one for each kid, or because you can put pictures in here too. It's not all about the junk. You can put pictures in here, and you can write your feelings about the kids, whether it was like whether you was on the fence that day about something that they did, how you felt about the decisions that they made. I think that's a fantastic idea to kind of leave your journal as like a legacy, and people really get a feeling as to who you are. It has personality. And then you just have like those, and the pockets that you put in here, it's just so nice because maybe they'll rifle through here and they'll see some stuff, and then they discover, oh, wait a minute, let me look at that. Oh, that comes out. And they look on the back and they say, oh, there's a little note and it has my name on it. So that would be awesome. So I think that's a fantastic idea as well. Thank you for mentioning that. Now, I have a few more pieces here. I got Russell Stouffer's. I'm not going to show you everything, but these are just some pieces of a notepad that I cut up. And for some reason, I saved this. I guess I knew that I was going to be doing some junk journaling as well. One of our little babies in the family was in the hospital for a while, so I saved my little name tags because I'm going to do a book for her also. So I want to put that in the book. So I think that was good. Yeah, one for each child. Oh, you have to make 4. Well, and then don't forget when you have grandchildren, you have to make some for the grandchildren too. So you won't be finished at 4, Rachel. Now you can also pick up some embellishments like from Michael's. This little pack costs like I think it was maybe like $1.50, in $1.50 bin. So they have some things you can use there. And I also had you can put paper clips in here. I got sorry about that, you guys. I got some string. This string, it comes in a pack of 3 from the dollar store. You can use a string. I put some string in mine. So you can see, look, my desk is like full, like the it's you're only limited by your creativeness. I'm telling you, just pile the stuff in and just start going. So if you guys want to see. Oh, you have a Gabby too. That's wonderful. If you guys want me to do like a quick flip through of where I'm at in this journal, I will. But what I'm going to do, like on the next session, I'm going to try to do the mixed media and junk journaling on Thursdays at 6 o'clock. So, I'm going to start a new book next week. So I'm actually going to do the book while I'm on, but I'm not going to stay on forever because my live streams are out of control sometimes when it comes to time. But if you all want to see it, then I'll show you. So T-Max says that she's been journaling since she was about 9 years old. Ooh. And the last 2 years since her grandbaby was born, she started doing it once a week. That is so awesome. I wish I had I didn't have crafty people around me when I was growing up, so I didn't do a diary. I didn't really do any reading or writing. I was just like one of them kids. I was like, I don't know. I can't say a nothing kid, but the ideas were in my head, but I just didn't have the stuff available. We didn't have money for crafting stuff like this stuff, even junk. I wouldn't have had any of this. Yeah, add that to your planner, Rachel. Add that to your planner. So basically, that is, you can get started with just a minimal amount of stuff. Like all the stuff you see, most of the stuff I already had here. And I'm actually on a no spend for July. So believe me, I didn't buy anything. I ain't gonna lie. I bought those books today because I went to the dollar store to look for some organization stuff. So I don't know. Technically, I think I'm still on my no spend. So that is, those are all the ideas that I have for you all. If you have any questions, I'm going to be on the chat for a little while after I get off of here. And I just think I've had so many people since I first posted the junk journal video saying that they were thinking about getting started, and I'm just saying you should just go for it. Just go for it. Pick you up some papers and just start gluing some stuff on the papers. You would just be amazed. It's a very mindless activity. You don't have to give a lot of thought to it. You just pick up some stuff and start just gluing some stuff on, and it's just going to take you to places where you didn't think that you could go. And you don't have to be an artist to do it, because I'm not an artist. I cannot draw a stick figure. So you don't have to be an artist to do this. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Definitely. So if you want more ideas, I'm going to be posting up some ideas over on the Patreon page. The link is down below and up top as well. And you just go to patreon.com/Liz for a day. I'm also posting more over on my Instagram page as well, because for a while it was pretty quiet over there on Instagram. So if you guys want to follow me, I'm starting to post more over on Instagram, and I'm following people who are like-minded as well, because I always like getting ideas also. So I always like to just let you know again, you can do it right now. You can give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying all the fantastic ideas that I gave you. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up right now. Unfortunately, the comments don't stay on here after we get done, so Tim says that I can draw a stick figure. You'll teach me how. Oh, thanks, Tim. Tim is not kind of. Tim is an artist and he can draw. So that little logo of him in the chat, he drew that. So that's amazing. So my heart goes out to artists. So I've definitely been checking out his channel. Right now he's talking about doodling. So I'm trying my hand at doodling as well. They look like some messy stick figures, but sometimes you just have to just jump in the waters and try. All right, everybody. I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Remember, next Thursday, I'll be back with another, I'm going to start another journal. And also on Sunday, I will be resting and relaxing with you and coloring. Same time, 6 o'clock on Sunday. So I'm going to go ahead and I am going to sign off now. And I just wanted to say love, peace. Oh, and I forgot one thing because Tim put it down below, and that is the hashtag create for contentment, because we're trying to promote a stress-free environment when you're trying to create, because I think sometimes people just think too much into it, and so you want to just relax and be calm about it. So we're promoting the hashtag create for contentment, and that's down in the chat as well. So I'm gonna have to put that, Tim, I'm gonna put that in the description also, and try to remember to mention it because I always forget. So if you guys can kind of tweet that out and put it out on social media, that would be wonderful as well. Okay, now she's going to go ahead and she's going to sign off. So thanks all of you for coming on with me. I really appreciate it. And I just wanted to say love, peace, and hair grease from your sweet lotus blossom and lovable Lizzie. Have a fantabulous day. Go get your junk. Go get your junk. And have a wonderful, wonderful evening.